Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Didcot Games Train Simulator. Today, taking a run on the Great Western Mainline, or this is a modded electric version of that, and I thought we did a journey I did a couple of days ago myself. So, recently, travelled between London Paddington and Didcot Parkway in the Class 387, so electrified units that Great Western Railway now use. And yeah, I thought it'd be a bit of fun, recreate ourselves on real life a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of days ago actually. Kind of see where we end up from there. So, two services, starting off with 1 Delta 60, Paddington Didcot Parkway, turn train around, and Didcot Parkway at Paddington as 1 Papa 61. We are using the Armstrong Powerhouse 387, so I actually have a quick drink of water. Yeah, so driving a Class 387, the Armstrong Powerhouse version of that train, so hopefully a bit of detail in that, and hopefully it should be pretty good indeed. So, load them up, jump in the cab, and let us prepare ourselves for our service. Sorry, my throat really, I just had dinner, so throat's not quite set yet. How are you, Aviation? Welcome. Victor, how are you doing? Do I have Western Main Lines? I don't have the Just Trains one, no. That's not a scenario I own personally. Right, so here we are. Welcome to London Paddington. So, briefing. Running slightly late. You're running slightly late for your train after a meeting with your shift manager overran. Take charge service to 1 Delta 60 and running semi-fast to Didcot Parkway, stopping only at Reading, where you'll turn it around. Return train 1 Papa 61. Back to London at Paddington. So let's set up our train for travel. Set the master key to the on position. Bring the train into forward. We'll actually put it in neutral first. BWS. At this point, train will now go through all of its self-test. Yes, I will get Old Reading because, like I said, I don't have the routes, but it's not the end of the world. Right, let's have a try. So we are driving any operation, yes. Our driver ID, we don't have an ID, so it's sad, no. 16048. Enter that. Route code I do have, which is 1004 Didcot Parkway. Enter that. Start time will be set automatically because it doesn't quite have the calling service. But destination Didcot Parkway. I press the green triangle, the black triangle, just kind of check the route pattern and all of the trains as well, station wise. But again, no announcement of sim, so we're sending that. 1004 route code set. Destination Didcot Parkway. Departure time is 1600, but given that we are a little bit behind schedule at the moment, there will be a slight down departure, but hey ho, nothing that we can't recover. Right, just my radio. So we are currency service 1. So enter it first. So 1 Delta 60. At this point, what we'd now do is input our next signal, which to be fair, this one's not actually signposted. I don't actually know what the what Paddington signal code is. If I was trying to find up ahead where the next signal sign is, so it's none of these ones. Probably coming up to this set over here. So some of these are labeled, some are not. So if not, we'll just put in a random code, which I think may end up being what we're going to do. The answer is, yeah, no numbers labels here, so we'll just give up on that. Right, random numbers, we'll say, I don't know, 270, enter that, enter that. Currently registering 1 Delta 70, checking the head code. There we go, 1 Delta 60 is set. We will open doors on the right hand side. Measuring them forward first. Doors open, right hand side. Check the lights, make sure that's all set correctly. So currently tail lights are off. Automatically in this case, they're running set. And therefore, as soon as we're ready to depart, as soon as passengers have boarded and disembarked the train, we are good to go. Didcot Parkway sits our destination in front. Sierra November 141. Ah, okay, Elton, thank you very much. We'll quickly adjust that now. And what's our train done there? Has it reset? Shouldn't have done. Okay, I see they've been a departure. Oh, has it reset itself? That's slightly annoying. Hang on. Yes. 16048. Enter that. 1004. Enter that. Send. Let's try to reset. I shouldn't have done that. 1 Delta 60, and it's 141. So that should now give us the correct signalling for the journey. As you know, November 141 is in currently in front. Right, DRA off, close the doors. Hang on. Looks like it messed up. This is platform 3. That's not our train. So the train that just departed, that was our train. That's why it reset the cab, because we just apparently jumped on the service. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Okay, let's start again, shall we, quickly. Yeah, for some reason we just jumped over the platform 3 train. So let me just do this again quickly. Set the master key, train to neutral. Clear the AWS, let the train go through its self-test. We are an 8-car service. Yes, driver in operation. Driver ID 16084. Enter that. Route code 1004. Enter that. Didcot Parkway. Send. Sets up our head code as soon as the GSMR radio powers up. So press on the little selection option here. 1 Delta 60, and our signal Sierra November 141. Enter that, and that should now set up our train. So registering the driver, checking the head codes to signal. 1 Delta 60 is active. We are good to go. Train, we got into forward position. Open the right hand doors. Now passengers to board and disembark as required. I think it's because we're already there. You go. Right, doors open. Didcot Parkway set on the front, headlights are set correctly. Check the back train, should be active tail lights, which in this case there are. We are good to go. So we'll close the doors. After the driver reminded of the device there. Doors close. It's smart controller, so there's no need to release any brakes. The train should now go on its own accord. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the HUD that ThirdRails Map provides. Go with that. We'll leave the train info at the top of the screen there, including our calling timetable. So not that one, not that one. UCML. Yeah, so if I go over to this, open up the GSMR radio. A little bit fiddly sometimes, ThirdRails, but it does a decent job at it. Use the HUD, right, there we go. Right, so London Paddington, I bring back the GSMR. Hang on, also have to face the guard, always important. Activate that, increase the volume. What we should now do,
guard is present on this service.
Guard's now present on service. So currently Paddington, next stop will be Reading.
Next stop, Reading.
There you go. So ThirdRails Map has got included announcements on the trains. Bit fiddly set up, I won't deny that, but it does do a very good job once you get the basics going. So I say slightly rushed the setup there, but we got it all going. I've got a calling pattern, so departed Reading, so departed Paddington, now arriving Reading at 16:25 and Didcot Parkway at 16:41. I'm going to set the in-sim time to match that on the radar, so I'll make sure that also matches. Set scenario time. Wait for a minute to tick over. So the limit increases to 40 miles per hour, so we'll increase the speed very slowly. And fingers crossed the scenario should all come together quite nicely. So this is a scenario I put together myself a couple of hours ago just to create a bit of a scenario back and forth between Didcot and Reading, so Didcot and Paddington. I don't know how well it works. I've done a few quick tests and it all seems to kind of fit together quite nicely, so fingers crossed it won't cause too many problems. But you never know sometimes, you never quite know. So that's also now 1603 sets, 1603 sets, that should now match up quite nicely within the sim. approaching 40 miles per hour, so in a moment we will kick off the throttle. Some might say he's an Airbus. So eventually the train will push onto the far left hand side, which is the fast lines, as we are running fast over to Reading today. So fast to Reading, and then stopping at Didcot Parkway, turn the train around, and back to Paddington. We'll stop at Reading. So we're going to turn to the left now here. There should then be one more junction, and that puts us onto the fast lines, express to Reading. Yes, this is Train Sim Alive, you are right. It ain't Flight Sim. Right, up to 50 miles per hour now, speed limit increases. And very shortly, up to 100, where we can really push the speed of this train. I mean, the maximum speed of the 387 is 110 miles per hour, if I recall correctly. So, certainly a speed little unit, this. Not quite IET 125 plus extra that it can't do legally as such. But it is a very nice unit, this, and again, having read the train a couple days ago, in fact, having read it, I think, yesterday, last time I read 387 Great Western. Yeah, I can't fault it, it does look really, really good. So this is the Armstrong Powerhouse 387, I'll drop the links for you guys who want it in chats. It's the 377, 379 and 387 Enhancement Pack, which to be fair, only has a few minor requirements. The rest of it is pretty much brand new for the sim. Max throttle up to 100. Let's get some speed going to train, shall we? Let's come in. Oh yeah, it is grand. Like I said, I do like my train sims. Certainly, probably like them more than my flight sims sometimes. That's again, I work in the railways, I'm a railwayman myself. So, of course, trains do get a bit of a closer spot to my heart there. But this Armstrong Powerhouse model, they go 110 mph speed limit maximum. It's a very, very good model, this. Fair play to Armstrong, they've done a fantastic job in both the audio aspects, the visual aspect, the physics aspect. Armstrong Powerhouse, without doubt, one of the best developers out there in trains and moments, just with everything they put into everything. So up to 110 miles per hour, very shortly up to 125, which is the line speed. Hold that for about 20 or 25 minutes until we get to Reading. So you can see Reading was placed at 20 past 4, estimated 22 past, so a little bit behind schedule, but as you accelerate, fingers crossed we'll be able to kind of catch up to that time. I don't have the Armstrong Powerhouse 800 pack alive, I must admit. Not something I own. It's on my list, it's definitely on my list of animals to pick up. At the moment, the answer I'm afraid is no, I don't. So I was on the platform here at Mainline. Very shortly coming up to Ealing Broadway, which will be underground here. Which is going to be up ahead. Now on the underground tracks right hand side, so we've got Districts Line and Central Line trains that run up this end. And we kind of put ourselves onto the platform again. Looks left hand side, as you watch our train pass past at high speed. Very high speed, 100 miles per hour, it's not the highest speed in the world. I mean, certainly nothing to the level of the Japanese bullet train, which can go up to about 200 miles per hour easy. Oops. Certainly ain't bad, that. Certainly ain't bad. 110 coming up to now, so we'll leave the train at maximum throttle. There's nothing really for me to do at this point until we hit the brakes for Reading. Never buy pre-built, Victor. Always build your own. You get a lot cheaper buying your own parts, building it yourself, than what comes with your charge for labour to build a PC that the price you're paying for isn't quite up to scratch. Always build your own. Always build your own. So you pass through West Ealing, where the Greenford branch kind of spurs off to the north. Now passing through Hanwell, which is one of the... well, until about a year ago, certainly has very few services. There was only one train a day that stops at Hanwell. But with the introduction of the Elizabeth line, Crossrail TfL Rail, they have massively increased the service pattern. A lot more trains now do stop at Hanwell, more on an hourly basis rather than once a day. So, has seen massive improvements in its services recently, and has seen massive improvements in its facilities as well. So, new lifts that kind of keeps it in its old traditional style of Great Western. And I believe there's a stat as well. It has I believe it's like the only station on TfL's network with a ticket office above the platform, stuff like that. I don't know. There's a stat Hanwell has. I can't quite remember what the what it is. Now passing through Southall. Next station passing through Hayes and Harlington. One of the things I do also like about ThirdRails, also the announcements they get the guard to say. So, for example, we'll go for the classic Great Western. Oops, that's my horn. This is a security announcement. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it. Say it. Sorted. Visit gwr.com for our latest how's it? So like latest news and lowest fares. Something along those lines. But basically get the guy to say it.
This is a security announcement. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it.
If you fed to red, there you go.
See it. Say it.
It will
sort
announce
it.
all your messages.
Visit
onto ThirdRails Map.
gwr.com for our latest news and lowest fares.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite exactly that message, but it's something along those lines. But genuinely, ThirdRails Map, the more I use it, and the happier I get with it, because it really is just a fantastic tool, this. So, yeah, fair play to, I can't remember the company, it's called Rental, I believe, the company that's put it all together. Fair play, they've done a grand old job with the radar. Likewise, they also have a tracking link, so if you want to track me kind of how you would do on the iVal website, feel free to use this link here. And that is our train tracking link. So something like the iVal web way you track your flights on the old map. Essentially it's kind of like this, but on the desktop version, on the browser, and then you just follow along your train journeys and routes, and just kind of follow along with our current location wherever we are. Good tool. If you use Train Sim, I highly recommend it. It's kind of a cross between iVal, VatSim, and like Volanta Pilot. What's it called? What's the other one I used to use a little while ago? Not Pilot, just to say. What's it called? Project Fly. Kind of like a cross between iVal, VatSim, and Volanta Project Fly, where it gives you kind of some online network behind it, some tracking, logging behind it. If you use Train Sim, it's worth a look. It's a little fiddly set up, but once you get the basics, it's pretty much all there for you. I don't really have a model train set, Hector. I have got a few model trains on my shelf. I've got a Southeastern Class 395, a Southeastern Class 465 networker, I've got a Finnish VR Class SR2, and I've also got somewhere a What's the other one I've got? I've got one other loco as well. I can't remember what it is. I've got some underground models as well, somewhere away from here. Yeah, I've got a 395 Javelin, one of my favourite trains in the UK, also the fastest in the UK. And a 465 Networker, because I just love my networkers. And the Finnish VR SR2, which is probably my favourite loco of all of them. I've used it a couple of times out in Finland. So there's no multiplayer train sim, Marco, but this is as close as you're going to get to multiplayer on ThirdRails. So you can see, for example, there are 5 trains right now using the network. So we have a 1984 Cambridge to Brighton service. So if I was to click on that, you can then follow the service. There you go, 1984 Didcot Parkway. Sorry, Cambridge to Brighton. Doesn't have any information about the train there. Palit to Didcot, which is my train. We have Intercity 1291, which is out in Germany, I believe. So going from Frankfurt to Salzburg, they are a BR101. Then we've got JPV Drawyah, which is who's driving a something like that. I'm trying to actually know what that is. That's out in the Netherlands. We've got Balsi, who's currently driving a 771. So it's like so you get a map of where people are staying in Czech Republic right now. Follow people's services, just tag on with them. You've got line things that you can just use to track your train with. So actually, I've got this map here. I've also got one to my right, so I'll probably get rid of that one. It's a nice little thing to have. Right, so now passing through. We just passed through Slough. This is what you should be doing, paying attention to your journey. I believe we just passed through Slough, making Maidenhead our next station. We should have got pass through Taplow first, then next we've got Burnham, then Taplow, then Maidenhead. I do like these trains, there's something on the track there. Let's pick a different seat, shall we? Let's go stand in the doorway if we wanted to. So take a seat over here. Sit on a normal seat, just right hand side. Got a few different interior views and angles as well included. Ain't bad, really ain't bad. Right, so now approaching Taplow. Drive-by view, not a problem. Which command it is. What command it is? Okay, basic view it is. That one. Not that one. That one. I'm alright, Gabrielle. I'm alright, how you doing? Welcome to another chat. Welcome, Kevin, how you doing? That trains? Good. How are you? Now passing through the, across the River Thames at this point. So if we very shortly just speed the camera over to Mainline. Once upon a time, junction for the west? No. What talking about? High Wycombe line. Now a very much disused spur. Platforms. Platform 1 at Maidenhead. Yes, Platform 1. I've actually used in real life. One day I was travelling to Maidenhead from London. There was track works on the slow line, so I was on the fast line. And on the day I went, on Sunday, we actually had to stop on the fast line to Platform 1 because the other platform was closed, so I've actually used that platform exit way. It's 377, Gabrielle, it's 387. I mean, my favourite network personally is probably the 375. Fair enough, it doesn't quite come all kissed out with these cameras and have displays and that kind of stuff, but I don't know, I think it's the simplicity of that I do quite like. It's just it's an extra start. You got your gauges, nothing too much in the way of kind of screens and all that. Fair enough, you are required to have a guard on board your service to actually run the long distance, but no, I like my 375. Yeah, this is a 387. It runs on Great Western and Gas Express, back when they used to be a thing, of course. There's Great Northern, so a few of these are knocking out as well. Not many left, but I've got a few of them knocking. You use platform 4 main head because you can, so it's too small for a fast line. Fair enough. Take care, Marco. Have a good one, dude. Just about south, we're now passing along the so White Water, the west of London Aerodrome. Just to our left. As soon as you pass through Hemel Hempstead, then we'll start looking at our slowdown for the station. How fast? Going 140 miles per hour at the moment, 114. So we're about 5 minutes behind schedule, but hopefully by the time we get ourselves to Didcot Parkway, we'll catch some of that up again. AWS went off, checking the signal there, so screen aspect, no junction, so we're staying on the same line. My guess that was just purely an awareness leap for us. One service passing through. So like I say, I'm hoping that the AI services kind of run to a normal standard, because I had a few issues in testing where one or two trains kind of lock the line, causing you to stick at a red aspect for God knows how long. So hopefully the AI service won't cause any conflicts down the return journey, if all go to plan. Touch wood, of course. As far as I know, it's Paddington to Didcot, and then the turnaround going to Didcot's all fine. The return journey could be a little bit shaky, but we'll see how it goes when we get there. That's a problem for later. No, Damos, you take care, dude. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Could change Pendolino. Trust me, dude, this train would not get anywhere near the Pendolino. That's Hemel Hempstead. Sorry, Twyford. Hemel Hempstead's on West Coast Mainline. Ignore me there. Twyford passing through. My geography ain't quite what it used to be. Twyford passing through. Next station is Reading, so we need to start getting that slowed down in the next couple of minutes. We're about 4 behind service, 2 minutes stopping at Reading. Okay, as the scenario said, overran a meeting and therefore slightly late for our departures today. Can't fuss it, can't fuss it. Fast train UK, Southeastern HS1, Gabriel, 140 miles per hour. The class 395 Javelin. Just confirm. Reading. Ah, that's wrong. So that says arrival at 16:20. Actually, our arrival time, as per the driver sheet on this route, is 25. So ignore that. That's incorrect. That's up here, 16:25. That actually is accurate. So we're not 4 minutes late. We're actually 30 seconds early at the moment. So I'll slowing our train down now. Down to 50. About a mile. No, so Eurostar does not do 186 in the UK, only when it gets out to France, where it hits the French line speed limits. In the UK, maximum line speed is 140, and therefore trains can go faster than 140. So there is HS1 on TrainSim 2022. There's also HS1 on TrainSim World. So both TrainSims have got HS1, the Faversham high speed route. Both platforms have got the fast trains included. So if you wish to drive HS1 faster in the UK, they're available on both platforms. Try and approach station about 30 miles per hour, nice and steady. From there, she has ample braking to reach the end of the platform. 8-car set, just give an eye for the 8-car stop marker on the approach. You can see here South West Trains, parks on the terminated platform here at Reading. So South West Trains, trains that operate at Reading, you have Great Western, TfL Rail, Crossrail and South West Trains. South West operates an hourly service up to, I believe it's Reading from here.
This is the 16 o'clock London Paddington to Didcot Parkway service, calling at Reading, and final destination Didcot Parkway. Now approaching Reading.
Yeah, because it uses text-to-speech with the voices, you do miss out on a little bit of the pronunciation. It's Reading, not reading, Reading. Welcome, Ashroy, how you doing? Welcome channel, welcome chat. How are you today, dude? I'm just going to come up to the end of the platform, I think. So this will be ample stopping for us. There we have it. Doors open. Hopefully. There we go.
Currently boarding at Reading.
So departure time is scheduled for 27. So we've got about a minute and a half until we need to depart. A minute and a half. This is old running, by the way, so the station has been completely rebuilt since the original train sim route came out. So all the offices here, they've been knocked down. This over here, all knocked down. Platforms extended now through platforms. This one, and there's one over here that still terminates for the TfL rail train services. The bridge as well, completely revamped and modernised, but the whole station has been completely redone in recent years. The bit in the middle here, that's gone, that's all filled in, that's just platform now. I mean, the works that they've done at Reading, so essentially Reading used to be a really, really bad station for drivers to operate in and out of. Either spadding a lot because the signals and tracks used to crisscross one another all the time, and just, pardon me, hiccups now. Overall, yeah, the whole station originally used to be horrible, so they've updated it, upgraded it. Reading nowadays a lot nicer to run through. So departing in about 30 seconds. Alarm, that is just something over there, building wise. Now our train is all looking good, all looking good. Right, doors closed 30 seconds before departure, so we'll now close our doors. Unless it's timing it to 2 minutes. Oh no, doors closed, so on that side they should now be locked. And that's 27, we shall depart.
Next stop, Didcot Parkway.
Supposed to be the ambient noise of Reading. Fair play. Alright, next station, Didcot Parkway, where the train terminates. We need to arrive. Ah, has it not? Oh, don't tell me it's messed up the schedules, has it? Yeah, it slightly has. Okay, so we may lose out the scenario in regards to picking up passengers at Reading. I'm sure well, definitely stops there. I don't know why the scenario didn't pick it up. think what we'll just stick to our timetabled scenario. So Didcot Parkway 406041. The bit down here we'll just ignore because that's now out of sync. Yeah, the scenario is not the best put together, to say the least. Certainly could be improved. Welcome to Business Friends, how are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat. How are you today, dude? So up to 125 miles per hour now, back up to maximum line speed. Let's put some service. So between Reading and Didcot, it's only about 15 minutes between two stations, 15-16 minutes, so it's quite a short little hop between here and Didcot. When we do arrive at Didcot, we do have then a 15-minute turnaround, of which in that time we'll open the doors, let passengers board and disembark, run train into a siding, and then reverse back onto the platform at Didcot. So we do switch ends at the same time. So the route's available on Steam Devon. Great Western available on Steam. The train 387. This is available on Armstrong Powerhouse. So this is. Let me just do the. Let me just see it say its source announcement again because that's always the classic of these trains.
This is a security announcement. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016.
Showcase on the.
We'll
map
sort
there.
it. See it, say it, sorted. Visit gwr.com for our latest news and lowest fares.
Passing through Tolhurst. Making 14314, very nice sea cinnamons. Do enjoy it. Good luck. We're well out of London now. It's only what is it, like 30, 40 odd miles between London and Didcot? It's not particularly far away in terms of distance travelled. Train time's only about 45 minutes long from start to finish, so again, not really that far away. Well, I say 45 minutes to be exact, it's 41 minutes from London to Didcot. So really not that far away in terms of duration and distance, but looking outside now, and the whole terrain, the world looks very, very different to when we started our journey. This is quite pretty good as well, actually, I must admit. Close the window again, just because we'll leave it a little bit open on top of that. Leave it a little bit open for the sake of wanting some fresh air through the cab. Minutes about slowing down for the approach into Didcot. Didcot, of course, being having the steam railway centre, Didcot Railway Centre. Basically, it's an interesting one because it's a railway museum, but a lot of their stock isn't quite what you find normal railway museum. In fairness, they they got their steam locos, they've got their like old signal box equipment as well, but you don't got like a Eurotunnel stock loco that got donated from the Eurotunnel tunnel company a couple of years, about a year ago actually, so it's quite new to their collection. But it says it's an interesting museum, somewhere that I'd want to visit at some points in the not too distant future, potentially in the summer for best plan. Yeah, certainly one I'd like to visit at some point. Come to home station, Goring Streetley, haven't seen it in town before. Ah, okay, yeah, Goring Streetley station passing through very shortly. We'll take a moment to step out as well to kind of look around. This won't be super definition in regards to kind of how it would look, because this route, Great Western, came out in 2009. So this is the original route that RailWorks 2 had when it first came out as a train simulator. So it certainly has aged a bit since its initial release, but for the most part, a lot of its details and models should pretty much be the standard. So the best ourselves on the platform, I'm just trying to pass through at speed, and then you, Lucy, can be the judge of its realism. There you go. Welcome to Goring and Streetly. Hopefully not to disappoint you. But it's a standard station, GWR style. What more can you ask for? You've got a road outside, car park in front, and a few buildings just out front as well. Goring and Streetly. Average at best. Bridge in the wrong place has been updated. I can imagine with electrification, of course, that's well, electrification and accessibility, two big things that would have changed a lot of that. I know that there's a lot of stations, especially towards London, that have changed a lot. So, that's not a good sign for me. That train's running super slow, because that train will be behind later on. Hopefully it gets a bit further ahead of us. I was going to say, yeah, so if you look towards London especially, a lot of you've had lots of upgrades through like TfL rail, so platforms have been lengthened, or new platforms actually created. For example, West Ealing's a new terminator platform for the Greenford branch and the Parliamentary Chiltern service. So there's been a lot of upgrades throughout London, which aren't quite shown in this sim. And the actual the terminus itself, Paddington, also quite a stretch from what it is in real life. So back then, especially nowadays. At some point I am going to look into getting the Just Trains version of this, so the Western Main Lines. Not the cheapest ad in the world at 30 quid, but it does include the entire Great Western Main Line from Paddington all the way through to Swansea and, is it Plymouth that goes up as far as to? I don't think it's Plymouth, but it's actually quite a bit down on the way to Cornwall, so it's certainly on the list to potentially pick up and look at some point soon. The train's not on Steam, Devon, no. The train's not on Steam. The train you have to pick up from Armstrong Powerhouse's website, which you can find via this link here. So if you wish to download the train, this here is the link. Yeah, I do quite like Powerhouse. Oops, there's the beep up. Signals are coming up. So our ETA, it's yeah, so our ETA actually is going to go as well, because that's, yeah, this is gone now. Ignore Reading, we're not coming into Reading anymore. Next station will be Didcot Parkway. Should be about 5 minutes to arriving. Yeah, there's a slow running service on the up line, so hopefully, sorry, down line, so down away, down towards London, up away from London. That goes in Great Western. To 70 miles per hour. Points changing as well, so lights to the right have lit up. How can you like this game? Why not, Marwan? Why not? I mean, I like my simulators full stop. Train sim actually has a bit of a, for me, it has a bit of a shine to it. It's not everyone's thing, but for me, I like it. There you go. If you're there, Kai, 70 miles per hour. That's it. Points. A bit more than 5, I'd say. 70 miles per hour. Slowly hit the brakes, slowly approach the station. So we're a couple minutes early, like I say. Our departure time at Didcot, not until, bring it up, Didcot Parkway, departure time is 16:56. So actually we've got about 20 minutes until we need to leave Didcot. 20 minutes hard position, enjoy the scenery a little bit, look at the museum, I guess, and go from there.
Next stop, Didcot Parkway. This is the 1627 London Paddington to Didcot Parkway service, calling at Didcot Parkway. Now, approaching Didcot Parkway.
Right, bring you to a halt, preferably before the red signal. But towards the end of the platform, this is where the service terminates. So hop on platform for a couple of minutes, as we wait for ourselves to turn around. Doors released. And there we have it.
Currently boarding at Didcot Parkway. Not in service. Not in service. Not in service.
Right, so just announced that trains not in service. Passengers should now disembark from the train, so everyone can leave. So Didcot Parkway train approaches. If we look at the top there, no destination, trains now arrive at its final destination. If we look at the map, also Sparks not in service at the base here too. So, we'll hold train's position for a little bit. Actually, what I probably will do is I'll go through the ThirdRails Map kind of ending procedures as well. So, if I show the desktop, there you go, this is desktop. You can now see ThirdRails Map. What we're going to do is going to end our scenario and show all the details. So, routes, this is the Great Western Mainline. Scenario was from Paddington to Didcot, so we've got that saved. Paddington to Didcot. Country, United Kingdom. Publishers Federals also aboard. What we've now got is another route added to our map. So 1060 Paddington to Didcot. And that's all added to the route side of London. That's as far as we got. So to be fair to say, we're only kind of equidistant from central London to outside really. Not super far. Yeah, what was it? Twyford I was saying? There's Twyford. And then what was I saying? Hemel Hempstead, so yeah. Wrong line entirely. West Coast Main Line, Great Western Main Line. Back to the map, let us turn the train around and prepare ourselves for our return journey back to London, shall we? Back to our train sim view. Perfect, so as soon as you've been cleared to go, take your train up to the siding just west of Didcot Parkway, turn it around and head back into platform 4. We'll take charge of return service 1 Papa 61 to London Paddington, again only stopping at Reading. Don't forget contact signal before running into the siding. Thank you very much, crews. So what we're going to do is we're going to close the doors now. Oops, so that. We're going to contact the signal up. Request to pass cylinder has been approved, thank you very much. Nice and slowly, just going to bring the train and siding. So we're going to do more than like 5-10 miles per hour at this point. Keep tracking the map as well, so we're going to siding and return. Could we get a drive by Leiden Station? Yeah, not a problem. Never remember what number it is. That's going to be different. Far distance, isn't it? Screw it, we'll put it on the end of platform 2. Yeah, there's a junction, and now crossing over to switching from platform 3 at Didcot, back over to platform 4. And position-wise, running train probably up to the bridge, or holding position, and just running back to the other end. You can see still kind of on the junction there, so it won't make sense just yet to hold position. Do. Step 3, train in neutral. Train off. Master key off. Make sure that the headlights are into the off position. And tail lights into auto. So you can see 4 tail lights active. that's us now done here. Run through the train, just run through the back of the train through the passenger bits. Alright, Dr. Joker, how are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat, how are you today? Right, back into the front cab, take our position, which basically means we need to do this. And now have it set our train up, ready to return back into the platform. So set the master key in position, train in neutral. Clear that. Now the signal point over there, location number I believe is 444. We'll confirm that on the signpost. Yes, Echo November 444 is the signal that we're going to approach into. Therefore, position wise, we'll go into 444. We'll do the destination view first because this is where we are. So, driver only operation, yes. Driver ID was 16084, something like that. I don't know, just random numbers I'm creating there. Route code is now going to be 1008, terminating at London Paddington. Send that across the train. That should now be active, so there's no error codes that can pop up. Date, time, whatever, that's all fine. I mean, the train's actually got some pretty good detail throughout. You see the train's quite healthy, no doors are isolated, traction stand enabled if the train goes through wall slipping, and driving operation enabled. Traction status, it shows you all your trains currently active, so everything's everything's operating, all circuit breakers are closed. Nothing to worry about in that regard. Settings wise, so you've got your lighting, and cycle the air through the cab as well to make it more comfortable for the driver, for the passengers. Extreme temperature conditions, if you're going through lots of heavy snow, you can just activate that to keep temperature within the train steady. Disable doors if required. Vehicle off peak, just set train to off peak mode. Instrument illumination, don't really, we'll keep it actually on for the sake of being daytime, but yeah, that's it, illuminated, press that, train lights then go off. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. In fact, also driver seat heater, let's just turn that on for the sake of comfort. Right, shall we put ourselves back into the platform? So train goes into, we'll do that, beep that, and now 1 Papa 6 1. No signal, 444. And stats, registering the driver, confirm our location at 4444. 161 is active, perfect. DRA off, train forward, nice and slowly back into the platform. The departure time is scheduled, check that in a second. Didcot Parkway, we're leaving at 16:56. So actually got about 10 minutes before we need to leave. Making pretty good time at the moment. 10 minutes until we need to depart. It's active. Just know the signal aspect there turned green for us, so it means that this line is active regardless of what the scenario is we are at right now. Also means that this works for us because that's that's talking to signalling, and therefore is going to update us based on our position. So we've got green aspects, position and the platform. Green aspects, track changes to the right. And keep that in mind until our departure. Doors open. Passengers can now board and disembark. While we're here, we'll go back to the ThirdRails tool here. We're going to start a new broadcast, so we are now going to be 1 Papa 61 did to pad. Miles per hour sets. Train number is going to be 1 Papa 61. Origin is Didcot Parkway. Destination London Paddington. I've got a timetable for 1 Papa 61, so we'll use that. Code 387, still 8 cars, and still operating as Great Western Railway. Make sure that this tag is still set to Drawyah for sake of letting you guys track me. Start the broadcast. We're now going to refresh to the tracking from our new location. I'm alright, Future Eclipse. How are you doing today, dude? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat, how are you? So we're at Didcot Parkway, departure time 8 minutes. So have a look around, look at kind of where the railway centre is. So over here you've got the, well, marks it as the mainline platform on the tracking tour. Don't think this is really, well, okay, no, I know this kind of sits. So essentially this is where the platform or the track used to kind of join to the main line once upon a time, but over the years as it's kind of fallen apart, this is now just kind of separate on its own. I believe there is a tunnel that links the heritage platform over to the main station platform. I could be wrong there, but I don't know for certain, to be honest with you. Apart from that, it should all come into play quite nicely. I've just realised the GSM radar actually hasn't updated yet. Let me just put you back on here. So this hasn't updated yet because this is still showing our trains not in service. And it's Didcot. So if I go over to the timetable tour, which I believe is, so that's a Bula, which is a timetable. Here you go, right? Open file, 1 Papa 61, and that sets our route from Didcot's calling all stations to that load. 1 Papa 61. There you go, Didcot Parkway, Reading, London Paddington. So I don't know if it's just not updated here yet. Let's just quickly refresh this. How do you close it? There you go. Close that. Reopen that, hopefully. There you go, Didcot Parkway arrived. Perfect. So that has updated. Just need to refresh the page. So if I quickly recycle our position, make sure that the guard is active.
Guard is present on this service, currently boarding at Didcot Parkway.
Perfect. So it can be a little bit fiddly, the old ThirdRails GSM tool, but once you get the hang of it, ain't a bad option out there. So currently boarding, that should be good to go. Back to train sim view. Hello again. Future, you're doing good. Got some flights and explain. Ryan there, got hangs over 3, London getting better. Very good, dudes. Do enjoy it. Good luck to you. So, holding platform for departure time in approximately 6 minutes. There you go. 16:56 departure time. It's now 16:50. We'll just change the in-sim time to match that. There you go. 16:51. 5 minutes to go. Yeah, so here's the actual Heritage Centre. It's basically just a fancy old train depot that's now converted to a museum. At Didcot, they've got a few like steam rail units. They've got a few modern diesels. They've got the Channel Tunnel stock as well. So got, I think, was it Class 91? No, not 91. I can't remember the name of the Channel Tunnel rolling stock. Channel Tunnel Loco. There you go, you're a Channel Class 9. They've got one of these in their collection as well, which got donated last year. They're interesting little units, the old 90 Class 9s. Class 9s, yeah. You're Channel Class 9s. They're tiny little locos that sit on top of really, really large loads. If you ever look them up close, they're quite fascinating to see. So they've got one of these in their collection. And a few other steams as well. They've also got an old original signal junction board that's interactive, so you can actually go there, change your signal points, all the points, change signals, change the points. That's kind of what signal board is, and it kind of updates it on the actual board as well. So that's quite cool. Again, somewhere that I do want to visit at some point. So that's on the list potentially for this summer, if all goes to plan. Train ourselves. Well, train wise, we're now ready to go. So now you see this update to coach 1 of 8. Go down train, that'll update throughout. So this is now going to be coach 2, I believe. Correction, coach 3. So it starts scrolling by the screen. This is coach 3 of 8. So forth, so forth. Electrostars being 4-car units. You've got the gangway in the middle, which connects the two trains together, allow passengers to pass through without any problems. Although the actual setup, so yeah, this will be open, the cab itself will be kind of locked out for passengers to pass through. Don't know if that's actually animated in this particular model, no it's not. If you look at 37 on Train Sim World, that has got the fully interactive kind of cab setup for running trains as multiple units. So more than 4 cars, so 4 cars, 8 cars, 12 car sets you can have as most. Gangways to the middle, which allow passengers to pass through carriages without any problems. Welcome Sunny, how are you doing? Welcome to Channel Chats, how are you today? Hope you're keeping well, right. We've got green aspects and we're good to go. Car up to 54, we have 2 minutes until our scheduled departure. The sun is slowly setting on this train as well. Potentially dark by the time we get back into London. You're good to wake up. Very good, dude. Enjoy the rest of your day. For me, probably bedtime after this. Yep, bedtime. With the early shift tomorrow. Oh yeah, I was wondering what the movement was over there. Apparently people were using track to cross the platform. Bit naughty that. Yeah, DR Train Sim, you do get those moments where things just seem a bit... Is that kind of quite right moments, but I don't mind it too much. DR Train Sim, it's certainly a classic. One of the ages, eh? One of the ages. Right, so very shortly we'll press ourselves for departure. We've got a minute and 15 seconds to go now. Doors close at 30. Wheels rolling at 0. Should also be broadcasting on the ThirdRails Map. We'll go to plan. There you go, 1.61 Didcot to Paddington. See there's a train over here about to depart. King's Cross to November Charlie Lima, NCL. Must admit, not a station I recognise off the top of my head. NCL. That's our Didcot to Paddington. Newcastle. There you go, I need to Google that one. Newcastle, NCL. Right, let us close the doors. The train is ready now to depart.
Calling it Didcot Parkway. Platform.
Right, nice and slowly, let's depart.
Next stop. Reading.
Next stop, Reading. Again, ignore the text to speech. It doesn't quite pronounce places right. At some point, I also have a 387 GWR ding dong to also implement with the train as well. So I recorded this on my last service. If I can find the audio sample. More using that actually, there we go. So yeah, that's the ding dong from 387. Next station, Reading. So if we set 70 miles per hour, got a few junctions to change over to shortly. Tracking news, very good tracker. Oh, I think it's fantastic, ThirdRails. I believe the link actually stays the same. There's no need to change it at any point. Go through the security announcement while we're at it, so get passengers to listen to that.
This is a security announcement. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it.
Yep, still saying it.
See it. Say it. Sorted. Visit gwr.com for our latest news and lowest fares.
Yeah, slightly stretched to your screen now, accent. Whoops a daisy. Just need to restretch it back to its original size. Alright, up to speed now. Well, doing a return. Don't think the title needs. People will figure out the title. I mean, to be fair, when I stick return in brackets on the title of my flight sim streams, people seem to get really confused by that. But it's not the biggest end of the world, I think. Trains overall life, loco haul trains, Sunny, narrow gauge loco haul. I'm not a mainline driver. On the mainline I work at a train station doing dispatch, gate line and customer service. But when it comes to actually train driving, it's narrow gauge loco haul trains I drive. All custom made for the railway they operate on. Welcome Jonathan, how are you doing? Channel Chat's Harry today.
We thank you for traveling with Great Western Railway. The next station is Reading.
Oh, so you kind of guess it'd say Reading if you just kind of spell it incorrectly. Not the end of the world, I guess. Alright, passing back through Chelsea there, on the left hand side, it's Chelsea. Only 20 maximum speed of the line, train still limits 110, so I only get to 120, which is the line speed. So max velocity is, sit back, relax, and train while driving. In terms of Reading, we're arriving in approximately 10 minutes. And then between Reading and Paddington, about 27 minutes. Between Reading and Paddington, 27. Yeah, it's passenger actually. I think the sunset's going to look pretty good from the left-hand side. Obviously, go outside and see on the left and just there you go, look at the sunset from distance. And of course, do some. That's really bad fly review. There we go. Like I say, I do like my train sim. It's not the best platform in the world. It has aged quite a bit since its first release, but honestly, I can't really fault it. I still think it's a grand platform. Not everyone's cup of tea. I'd never say it will be, but it's actually one of mine. Again, now passing through Goring and Streatley. Any luck, between Reading and Paddington, we should, touch wood, have a clear line. Fingers crossed, that's the case. Potentially, we find ourselves up behind a really slow running service, but like that all comes down to how well I've configured the route. I've done it well, or I've done it really, really badly. A part of me think, I may have done it quite badly, so we'll see how the service goes. Single yellow aspects, I'm not going to stop for that at all. Future 100 miles per hour spin on the rail, what your dad and your mum worked for. It was more of an aviation, same as your granddad. Interesting. 114. That'll be limited by the loco then. I can't think which rail they work on. Derry, if I catch you live, sadly not flying today. Welcome to Train Sim, dude. Welcome to Train Sim. Probably one platform I prefer over Flight Sim. Right, check these signal aspects coming around the corner. The last one was single yellow, which can only mean we're now approaching a red. Welcome, Junior, how you doing? Welcome back, love the game, good, good. How you dude? Welcome to Channel of Chats. I'm hoping that the train in front has now cleared. Worst case scenario, cruising at 30 miles per hour, but it all depends on how the train in front is doing. So we get an AWS very shortly. And the signal is red. Very nice, we need to now come to a halt. So like I say, probably a fault of mine. I'm not doing the old train correctly. Bit of a look at the map just to see where our current, well, there's our train. We are here. The train in front of us currently stationary, which is this one, running really, really slowly. We'll be running soon. I don't know what platform we're calling into. Hopefully not our platform. So if we stop behind a slow running service, then we've got no choice but to really coast along behind it. I wonder why it's running so slowly today. Ah, cool, so there you go. As it has now changed to green, we are good to go. Back up to line speed, 125 miles per hour. Reading will approach shortly. We're a little bit actually behind schedule at the moment now, but nothing we can't really catch up with. And again, once we get to Paddington, of course, a bit of a cat and mouse game, chase the time, and hope ourselves for the best. So Paddington on the left hand side. Let's be able to see our train running at relatively slow speed. Station. So 65 miles per hour. Some good acceleration on the old 375s. 385s even, sorry. We're saying 375 now, those southeastern ones. 385 Great Western. Yeah, good acceleration 385s. A lot of these loco electric local units have got some really good acceleration, especially these ones. So again, come back to the display, you can see on the train that you've got 1, 2... Yeah, so of the 8 cars, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that have power. They're actually motoring the train, MCM, and therefore able to provide extra push for the train's movements. Welcome Transport Gamer, how are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome chat, how are you today, dude? How are you? There you go, the AWS signal has now cleared. We are green and good rest of the way. If you bought the Islander, you should contact Black Box Simulations Trackable Gamer. They're the ones who've released the Islander. Passing through Tolhurst. WS. Speed it down to 50. That's where the sign's there, so little braking, start down for a train. Cool, now about a mile and a half now from Reading. Drawyah aspects, 2 blocks from slowing down. Single yellow flashing. Next block. That's 50.
This is the 1656 Didcot Parkway to London Paddington service, calling at Reading, and final destination London Paddington. Now approaching Reading.
Now approaching Reading, platform 5 arriving into now. Nice and steady. It's now 5:15 in the evening, so actually during the peak times, station can be quite busy on the arrival. We are actually about 7 minutes late now, so yeah, I've got a bit of a catch up to do towards Paddington. 36 supposed to arrive in another 20 minutes or so. It's going to be a bit of a race to get to the destination on time. Chess Patrick, egg smash.
Currently boarding at Reading.
There you go, next station, Reading. So I'll try and get a departure quite quickly out of here. Don't want to be around for too long, I don't think. The sooner we depart, the better it will be for our timing. So wait for the depart, say platform work is complete. Wait for doors to close. Cool. Now the parts.
Next stop, London Paddington.
I'm going to pass that, sorry, for our initial departure speed. Now yes, much better. Up to... Whoops. Wrong button there. Reverser. Right, up to 50 miles per hour, so 125 miles per hour now. Maximum line speed, train full throttle. We'll let train now do all the rest of the work for us. Favourite train, either the class 395 or the class... well, any networker. So class 395 Javelin, or any network. So class 165, 166, 365, 465 and 466, which all come part of the same family. So I like my networkers, they're fantastic little trains, very comfy to ride in, and so it's quite a lot of work in the southeast of England during the old network southeast days to keep regional rail running. And the 395 Javelin, because of course it's just the fast train in the UK, which I do quite like. It's not pretty bad, in what way, Robbie? I mean, say the fast in the UK 150 miles per hour, I've done a couple of trips in it, it's not... it's alright actually. It seems pretty comfy, more so than the Class 800 actually, so over at Western. And yeah, so pretty good to kind of get around the southeast of England pretty swiftly, especially out on the HS1 line to either Ebbsfleet or Ashford Internationals. Yeah, I don't mind the 395 too much. I always have the biggest selection I've had in the world, so they're not terrible trains, they're not my favourites. Not terrible, they're not my favourites. They're not environmentally friendly, they're electric trains, probably. And the only thing that really, I guess, goes into the environment of that is how the power itself is generated. But they're electric trains, overhead scenery and third rail source. The sparking on the photograph as well, where the electricity is slightly culling. And Armstrong Powerhouse trains are very good for their detail. Highly recommended for training sim. And not too badly priced either. And this pack is about £17, I believe, for the 387, 377 and 378. Yeah, 377, 378 and 387, that's the full pack there.
This is a security announcement. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted. Visit gwr.com for our latest news and lowest fares.
Two things, Robbie. One, the 395 is not hybrid, it's electric only. Class 800s are hybrid, depending on the unit you're looking at, but the Class 305 is only electric, there's no diesel engine on it. And I must admit, for rail workers, Trainline, sorry dude, ain't the most friendly app in the world. So that's from the gate line. Trainline do cause a little bit of hassle for their ticket selling, mainly because the ticket office in most stations won't touch them. Because everything's locked down to within Trainline's own, what's the word? Trainline's own kind of atmosphere, its own environment with ticket sales, makes it very awkward for the passengers who then end up with ticket issues that end up going through the office or gates. Yeah, Class 305, only electric, no diesel 395s. Trainline or cleaner, it's two very different roles there, Robbie White. Trainline do ticket sales, cleaner, generally agency in the railways. But Trainline don't do agency, at least not that I'm aware of. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am on this occasion. Oh, I've got sun ticking there. Having the breakdown. Don't suffer in silence, tell someone, call the signal on the CSR, still stuck for 2 minutes, don't wait any longer, phone a friend. Aww, your engine is awaiting, take a call, random phone number. There's the southern engineer. Just pass by the train, sorry. Alright, another train. Oh well. Once again, passing through White's Waltham, the west of London aerodrome. Oh, he cleans the train and office. Fair enough. I will say actually as well, 4 credits to the guys at Great Western. Of the staff members I've come across, generally very, very good. Very, very kind people who work here at Great Western. I remember being, I was like 15, 16 years old, travelling to Maidenhead once. Had an issue with my ticket, I lost a return portion. And their revenue officers were happy to sign it, endorse it for a journey back to home, which was massively appreciated at the time, as this where I had a bank card, all done on cash. I had no cash return journey, so that was a massive appreciation. A couple of drivers as well, very friendly to talk to, very friendly to chat to. That's how I like Great Western. Decent talk, good workers, fair play to them. Just reminded you, Dad is a manager for the new Transplant. Oh, is he? Very good. To be fair, Robbie, I'm more interested in the manager of Transpennine than I am for an office cleaner, to be honest. Sorry, dude, no offence, but that is true. If you're going to be rude in the chat. TRU, very nice. Let me know how that goes, actually. I'm interested in how Transpennine keeps things going, because they have been doing a lot of work in recent years to kind of modernise and rebuild a lot of the railways. So personally, something I have got a bit of close focus on. So the Mainhead Bridge, that has had a lot of controversy regarding the overhead machinery in regards to where they put it and how it would look. I think they have now, well, they've got it in position now, so here to stay. Yes, comments from Maria. I do plan to ride the 323 at some point on the old Birmingham cross-country route. That is on my list of things to do. I should have done it on release day, but things were a bit off the trains at the time. But hopefully now I'm in a position where I can do a little more train sim streams on this channel, just kind of balance it out again between flight sim and train sim. So yes, I will definitely try to do a 323 stream at some point in the not too distant future. Yeah, started in 2018, still going from New York to Manchester, because I remember that's when they introduced the, I can't remember the exact unit itself, but it's a Class 800 series of some sorts. Transpennine Express. I do love the livery as well, or the cars on the front there. It's a very, very beautiful livery on the old TPEs. Yes, it's a project I've been following for a couple of years, and they have really rebuilt a lot of the Transpennine, because in the UK, very easily you can get a train heading north and south. Everywhere you go, it's north, south, north, south. Very few lines run east to west, but Transpennine is probably the biggest east-west direction railway we've got in the country at the moment. Of course, there's the East-West Railway projects. I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's kind of just north of London-wise. But there's a few projects kind of improve that, providing they still go ahead. But Transpennine, definitely one of the big ones for the north of England. Passing now through Slough. Home of the UK office. And every other year changes from like the best place in the country to live to the worst place in the country to live. I think stands out at number 1 for best places in the country again. It always flip-flops, either the best or the worst. The best or the worst. That's the best again. Let's see how much that changes. Interesting place, Slough. It's for some, it's the definition of paradise in the UK. For others, it's the definition of hell. It really is a mixed old place. I've been through it a few times. Mainly go to like Windsor, which is certainly in that direction, but I don't know. I don't really have any fixed opinion of Slough. I've never spent long enough in the area to really say much about it. Welcome, Tyler. How you doing? I'm trying to chat to you today. I'm all set. Welcome, Jeff. How you doing? Passing through Langley. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed stream, Jeff. Much appreciated. Now passing through Ivor, and very shortly, right after it, is the M25. Now officially, sorry, that's just the road. Sorry, this is the M25. Now back in London, Greater London. Now making our way back towards the centre. So we've got pass through West Drayton, pass through Hayes and Harlington, Southall, Ealing Broadway, West Drayton, Hayes and Harlington, Southall, West Ealing, Ealing Broadway. So I keep forgetting, which it has again. So the station only recently got a proper service. Never remember the name of it. Acton Mainline and then Paddington. Hanwell, so now past West Drayton, next is Hayes and Harlington, then it's Southall, then it's Hanwell, Ealing Broadway, Acton Mainline, London Paddington. Got there in the end. He likes Slough because it has a McDonald's and a KFC within 5 minutes of each other, and that's shambolic. Is it South that also has that really famous roundabouts? I swear if Southall's also got... It's not the Magic Roundabout, which is an absolute pinnacle of roundabouts. No, it's not Southall, is it? In the UK, we have something called the Magic Roundabout. It is in Swindon. Another S, Swindon. Now passing through Hayes and Harlington. And if you ever see a picture of it, just grab a picture of it now. Go. This is the Magic Roundabout in Swindon, England. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 circles, and it's an absolute travesty to get around. All that for 4 entry points. If I ever drive, it's certainly something I want to challenge myself at, but that is the old Magic Roundabouts. Right, down to 70 miles per hour shortly, start hitting the brakes. Not just yet, just got a little while to go to slow down. hopefully platform 4 at Paddington should be clear. Yes, yes it is. It's fine by me. Now coming through Hanwell. The Hanwell station had no service for a long, well, had a service, just very, very weak service for so long. Oh look, it's the Network Rail Park get together, I see. They used to have basically an non-existent service until a couple of years ago, well about 1 year ago, when they introduced TfL Rail and gave it a service basically. It used to be 1 train a day, now it's 1 train an hour. And since then, passenger statistic usage have tenfolded at least. And Paddington Station, I've been there a couple of times in the future. So actually, it's not my most frequent London station, but I have used it a couple of times in the past. Trips out like Penzance I did last year, trips out to Swindon. I did a trip out there to Bath as well, Bath. I've used it a couple of times, it's not my go-to terminus. King's Cross. So I've used King's Cross again. I've used it a couple of times. Used it to travel to so the most normally quite a Great Northern. I never remember where that is. King's Langley, something like that? No, I don't think it is. I've used it to go travel most northern point of Great Northern. I've used it. Peterborough a couple of times. Used it to get back from Darlington twice. I'm more frequent than St Pancras next door. St Pancras I use a lot more than King's Cross. It's the main line, the last station before Paddington. Yeah, St Pancras I've used for Eurostar, used it for Thameslink a lot. Use it for the South Eastern High Speed, of course, HS1. Use it for Eastern Railway, getting out of Luton Airports. Luton Airport Parkway. Yeah, I'd say St Pancras is probably my most used on the terminus. Or Euston, because I've made several trips to Birmingham, several trips up to Wolverhampton. So yeah, it would be Euston or St Pancras for me. Euston or St Pancras. Welcome ladies, how are you doing? Welcome to chat dude, how are you today? It's a good time, making a final approach into Paddington shortly. Ah shoot, I've missed the LBS there. Emergency brakes, no! There's one doubt on these trains, you can't hear the alarms on the external side of things, you have to be internal to hear the alarms, so yes, have beat by the AWS train is going to come to a halt with the emergency brakes. That's a pain, a pain. Marylebone I've used once really to get, well I've actually tell a lie, I've used it a couple of times. I've used it up for High Wycombe. I've used it once to get back from Birmingham Moor Streets. Although a lot slower, I'd take again Western Line any day in the future. I've used it for Wembley Stadium once. Yeah, I should say a lie. Yeah, I've used Marylebone a couple of times, but it's not my most used terminus. I don't think it's quite close to that level yet. I'm alright, ladies. Yeah, not too bad. Head to terminus, end the stream, and then for me, I think it's off to bed tonight. Don't worry, that like in train sim as well. It's frustrating when it happens, but it happens. Absolutely, Scotty. How are you today? Right, now approaching Westbourne Park with Maida Vale. The train coasts down to 40 miles per hour for us. Don't think I need to use the brakes for this next bit. Reduce to 20 as it enters the platforms, down to 5, and then just slowly let the train coast to the end of the platform. Again, slightly delayed on the service there by about 3 or so minutes. But that's the way it goes. I've been to a couple of football games at Wembley, not in recent times, but certainly in the last couple of years I have done a couple of trips down. I've watched England games there. I've watched Chelsea play at Wembley once or twice. I've watched Chelsea at Wembley. There we go, cleared the Enhancement flower. I'm surprised that's a green aspect actually, because we should now be looking at ambers for the station approach. So I have a quick message for the passengers. So we are now approaching London Paddington. Apologise for the delay of the service. Please remember.
We are now approaching London Paddington, where this train terminales.
Okay,
we are apologies for the delay of this service. Please remember your belongings when leaving the train.
Oh, don't tell me this is it.
Now approaching London Paddington.
Final destination reached. No, got to stop the train. Oh, that's rubbish. Well, I'm going to head off the platform at least. Hopefully grab the door buttons when we stop. We're in the platform. That's right. I'm certainly no scenario builder, that's for sure. Go on then, open doors, passengers disembark.
Currently boarding at London Paddington. Not in service. Not in service.
There we go. At London Paddington. Lights off. Stick the train brake. Can't be the brake. Oh, you can do manually, I guess. Train forward. Key out. There we go. Right, that's it. End of service. That will have to do. Fair enough. We're a mile away from the end of the platform, but as long as the carriages have all ended on the platform, that's the that matters, I guess. Right, destination reached. So we'll quickly finish off the ThirdRails tracking. So pause that. Once again, passenger service. This is on Great Western Mainline. Scenario was Didcot to Paddington, country United Kingdom. Add to whistleboard. There's 2 new trips added to the board. Also, it's trip number 40 for us, I believe. Yeah, 40 rides in total now, 1,400 miles. About 35 miles-ish a trip. Right, back straight to the main menu. Yes, Armstrong Powerhouse 387. Ryan, this is the Armstrong Powerhouse model. So yeah, bit of a mix up on the old driving there. What can you say? I think that was it was alright. Like I said, I'm no expert when it comes to train sim scenario building, but we got a return trip out of Didcot, and that's what we're hoping for today. So yeah. That was Class 387 for Armstrong Powerhouse. That was the Great Western Mainline electrified version. So this is the Great Western Mainline original one with electrification added for the sake of getting the 387 to work. That's kind of it really, end of the stream. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Do like if you did enjoy it, do subscribe if you already. Thank you very much for the support. I say, for Gates plan, we'll try and introduce Train Sim to at least like a once a week Thursday slots. So Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday we'll do Flight Sim, Thursday we'll do Train Sim. Balance it out a little bit, you can go from there. But like I said, I do like my train sims, I do like my railways. It's just what I enjoy, so I work on railways. But you guys enjoy the flight sim content, so don't worry, we're not going to give up flight sim, do a bit of a balance between the two, see where it goes from there. I mean, you only spend it once because you cannot break an engine platform yet. Don't you just hate it? You're entering the station, and next thing you know it, the train brakes just seize up, and you have no control of your loco anymore. Yeah, so that is that for today. So thank you guys for watching, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys soon for some more Dovetail Train Sim action. Which my audio also balance out as well. Take care, and good night.